Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name is Claire Feldman. I'm a CBT therapist who specialises in eating disorders. I'm also trained as a nutrition and lifestyle coach and a master practitioner in emotional freedom technique. It's also known as tapping, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. My private practice is called Eatology, and in this I specialise in helping women who have maybe struggled for years with yo-yo dieting and weight issues and recognise that they have a really unhealthy relationship with food. But today the topic of conversation is stress, because if there's one emotion that everybody is feeling right now, it's definitely stressed. And it's really understandable given the current climate that we're in, with so much uncertainty and so much miscommunication, that in these times that we do feel very uncertain, that it triggers a lot of negative emotion and negative feelings within our body. But what I want to do, first of all, is just explain to you what actually happens when we feel stress. So our brain is very, very cleverly designed to keep us safe and to protect us at all costs. There's a part of the brain known as the amygdala, and the amygdala is sort of like an alarm system, and it's there to signify any danger that it picks up. So it evolved and was very, very helpful at times when there was a lot of danger around us. So for example, in our more primitive times when we had to hunt for our food, that our amygdala would have been signaling if there was a lion close by, or if we were in danger, or a tiger was coming to chase us, that our amygdala would fire off and a physiological reaction would then happen within our bodies. We would get a rush of cortisol, a rush of adrenaline, a surge of blood sugars through our body to give us the energy in order to fight or to run away. You also will know this as your fight or flight response. So it's really, really sensitive. It's also incredibly effective at keeping us safe. The problem is that with the amygdala, with our brain has no way of telling the difference between a real life actual threat, in that a tiger is coming to eat you right now, or a perceived threat, i.e. in worrying about something, or worrying about something that may or may not happen. So what I want you to think about in this current situation, with all maybe the news that you have been exposed to, with all of the stories, the posts that you've seen maybe on social media, with all the conversations that you've had with people around you, what has been the main topic of conversation? Yeah, it's probably been about coronavirus. It's probably been about lockdown. It's probably been about vulnerable people that we know, loved ones, or even ourselves. So all the conversations, all of the media, everything that we have been exposed to over the last few weeks has been fear-based. Now in your brain has no idea if this is a real actual threat and that it is happening to you right now, or it's just that you're worried about the possibility that it could happen to you. Your body will react in exactly the same way. You will get a rush of cortisol, you will feel stress in your body, your muscles will tense, your heart may race, you may get butterflies in your tummy. All of those natural stress response reactions will be felt in your body based on the thoughts that go through your mind. So my recommendation would be, in the current climate, as best you possibly can, is to think about where you put your time, where you put your attention, and maybe perhaps if you are struggling with stress, you're struggling with anxiety right now, try to limit the amount of exposure you have to those media channels and those types of conversations. But what I'm also going to teach you right now is tapping. So tapping is a fantastically simple yet really, really effective technique at helping to reduce stress and anxiety. It involves tapping on acupuncture points on the body, which I'm going to run through with you now. And we will be tapping just very, very gently on these acupressure points with 2 fingers. Now, if you are feeling quite stressed or anxious, there can be a tendency to really tap quite hard. You don't need to, it just needs to be gentle tapping. And what I would say to you is that when you start doing the tapping along with me, it would be understandable for you to have reservations. It might seem like a really strange thing to do. You might find that it's a bit weird, but all I would ask you to do is just keep an open mind and to go with it. because it's really important for tapping to be effective. It's really important that you're actually connected in with the thoughts and the emotions that you have in your head. If you're distracted with what you're going to eat for dinner later on and you're thinking about something completely different, you're not going to feel the benefits of it. So as best you can, keep an open mind about the technique, and also really try and tune into how you're feeling right now with regards to your stress and your anxiety of this current situation. Okay, so what I would say before we start the tapping is my hands are clean and some of the acupressure points are on the face. So if you haven't cleaned your hands and you want to hit pause on the video now to go and clean them, you can. But if you're clean and you're good to go, then we will start tapping. So what I want you to do first of all is, based on some of the things that I've said there about where a lot of your thoughts and where a lot of your energy is going right now, I want you to try and put a number on the level of stress that you're feeling with regards to this current situation, this pandemic that we're in. You know, how anxious are you feeling? How tense do you feel in your body? Where do you feel it? How does stress and anxiety manifest itself in your body? And if you were to put a number on it, just make a little mental note of what that number would be. Okay, so we're going to begin our first round of tapping, and all I want you to do is just copy exactly everything that I say and everything that I do, and ideally saying the statements and the phrases out loud. You can, if you wish, once you become familiar with the tapping points, if you find it more relaxing to close your eyes, you can. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so let's begin. So we start with this part at the side of the hand. It's known as the karate chop. And you just take 2 fingers and just gently start tapping. And you're just going to copy everything that I say and everything that I do. So even though I'm feeling all of this stress and anxiety right now, I accept how I feel. Even though I feel really overwhelmed with so much uncertainty, I accept how I feel. Even though I feel really distressed with what's going on right now, I accept how I feel. Okay, we're going to move to the first tapping point, which is the eyebrow. All of this anxiety, outer eyebrow, all of this uncertainty, under the eye. I feel so stressed right now. Under the nose. I feel so tense in my body. I feel like I've hardly stopped for a breath. Under the collarbone. My mind is just racing with all these negative thoughts. Under the arm, just where the brow line would be. I am so scared right now. On top of the head. I feel so out of control right now. I hate feeling out of control. All this stress is driving me to distraction. I can't sleep properly. I can't think straight. So much tension in my body. I feel like I haven't even stopped for a breath. So now is a really good time to focus on our breath. What I want you to do is just take a nice breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. I'm just going to continue tapping now. All this stress and anxiety. All this stress and anxiety. I know my body is trying to help me by reacting in this way, but it's not helping me now. So I need to let it go. I'm choosing to let go of all these negative thoughts. I'm choosing to let go of all of this tension I'm holding in my body. I'm choosing to place my energy and my attention on other things. I'm choosing to let go of what I cannot control. I'm letting go of all this stress and all of this anxiety. And I'm choosing to breathe. Okay, if you just want to stop tapping, and again, just go back to your breath and take a nice breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And one last time, what I want you to really focus on is with your breath out, allowing yourself a really good deep exhale, and just allow your shoulders to drop and all tension to leave your body. So just one final time. Okay, so that is tapping on stress and anxiety. I hope that you find that helpful, and I just want you to kind of check in with yourself now and see how would you rate your levels of stress and tension in your body now on a scale of 1 to 10 compared to when you first did before we started the tapping. Has it changed? Has it shifted at all? Hopefully you will have noticed that there's a reduction now in the stress and the anxiety that you feel. If you're still feeling pretty tense, you're still feeling quite stressed, just continue tapping. You can rewind back over this recording and just continue to practice tapping and breathing. And hopefully that you will find that helpful. It's a great little simple technique that you can use. And there is a little cheats way of doing it. So you're probably wondering, how on earth am I going to go out and be tapping when there's all these people around me? There is a little cheats way that you can do it if you are in the company of other people. One is that you can just be tapping on the karate chop point. And the other way is that your fingertips have acupressure points. So you can just be tapping your fingertips together like that. And again, just focusing on your breath. Slow and steady. So there are your two little cheat ways that you can try and keep yourself calm and keep yourself relaxed if you feel you're getting stressed or you feel you're getting overwhelmed. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to find out any more about me, you can visit my website, which is www.etology.co.uk, or you can find me on Facebook under Etology as well. Take care, everybody.